Hello people on YouTube, how's it going? Austin here again. Today it's time once again for preseason thoughts, but this time on winter 2022. And just like last time, I'm on anychart.net, so I'm just going to go through all these shows, read off the synopsis, tell you if I'm going to be watching, not watching, or maybe watching any of these shows, but I'm not going to go over any of the sequels. My plan is to skip over the sequels, that's what I did last time. The only sequels I'll probably be watching are like, Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan. I mean, those are like given shows, right? Like everybody's watching those shows, so yeah. But that's that. So yeah, let's get into the first show. Sono Bisque doll, Wakoi wo Suru. Traumatized by a childhood incident with a friend who took exception to his love of traditional dolls, doll artisan hopeful Gojo Wakana passes his days as a loner. To Wakana, people like beautiful Kitagawa Marin, a trendy girl who's always surrounded by a throng of friends, is practically an alien from another world. But when cheerful Marin spots Wakana sewing away one day after school, she barges in with the aim of roping her quiet classmate into her secret hobby, cosplay. Will Wakana's wounded heart be able to handle the invasion from this sexy alien? Sexy alien is my favorite hentai tag. Really interested in this. It's a comedy ecchi show, which I'm sure, it doesn't say romance in the tags here, but I think that there's definitely some romance elements that are in here somewhere. And yeah, it's from Cloverworks, which I really like, and it's from a manga, which I have not heard of or read. Maybe I'll check it out before it starts airing, but I'm looking forward to this, so I think I'm going to check this one out. Moving on. Sasaki to Miyano. Miyano spends his days peacefully reading boys' love comics, and worrying about how girly his face is until a chance encounter leads to a scuffle with his senior, Sasaki. Intrigued by his feisty junior Miyano, delinquent Sasaki uses every opportunity he can to get closer. This is straight up just a boys' love show, which obviously I'm not the target demographic for that. I have seen shows in the past that I've really liked. I believe in the last preseason I also brought it up, but the show Given, which came out a couple years ago, really loved that show. So I'm never afraid to give things a chance that I'm not technically, like it wasn't made for me, but I'll still check it out. This doesn't look bad. It's not on my priority list. I'm gonna give it a maybe, and we'll see how things go. So, but yeah, so that's cool. Yeah. Kinja no Deshi wo Nanoru Kinja. Going by the name Dunbalf. Dunbalf. What the fuck? Going by the name Dunbalf, he's known across the land of this virtual world. But one night before bed, Kagami uses an in-game vanity case that's about to expire, opting to create his ideal version of a female Dunbalf avatar for fun. Waking up, he's surprised to find that he's now in the body of the avatar he created the night before, and he'll have to work his way from the bottom up. So he's a young dude playing an old dude who is now playing a young girl who is still an old dude.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Based on synopsis alone, it does interest me a little bit, but when you watch the preview, it's pretty copy-paste in terms of the look and feel of it. It just seems like I've seen a million shows like this. Don't know, maybe it'll be something different. We'll see. If I hear it's good, I'll check it out. I think I'm just going to put it in a maybe for now. Not completely throwing it out of there. It's not really, it doesn't look like it's good, but it also doesn't look like it's bad. So we'll see. And maybe I'll check it out in the future. Don't know. Moving on. Tensai Ouji no Akaji, Kokka Saisei Jutsu. The prince of this small and weak kingdom strives for only one thing, selling out his country and living a quiet life in leisure. Sadly, the greatest obstacle he will ever face is his own genius. As he achieves ever greater accomplishments, he earns more and more. I don't really know how to feel about this one. I don't really have an opinion on it. It's just kind of there. It could be interesting based on the plot, I guess. I don't know. There's not a whole lot, and even the preview doesn't really, it doesn't grab me. I don't want to like completely write something off that might be good. So yeah, I'll put maybe again. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I don't know what else to think about it. Koroshi Ai. Two assassins face off, the cool bounty hunter Shiteyu and the mysterious and powerful Ryangha. Shiteyu and Ryangha become enemies after this fight. At least they should have. But for some reason, Ryanga takes a liking to Shiteyu and begins following her around. Little by little, Shiteyu develops a cooperative partnership with Ryanga, which gets her caught up in the struggle against the organizations hunting him down. Furthermore, that battle is related to her past as well. Two mismatched assassins weave together a twisted assassin x assassin thriller. The strange gears of fate begin to move. This looks pretty good. I wasn't sure based on my synopsis, but seeing the preview here, I'm really interested. I like the tone of it. It's kind of dark. The tag here is psychological action, which I'm definitely into. So I am excited for that, for sure. So this will definitely go on the yes list, and I will be keeping up with this one weekly. But yeah, I am excited. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna check this one out. Shikakumon no Saikyo Kenja. His strength limited by the magical crest with which he was born, Matthias, the world's most powerful sage, decides reincarnation is necessary to become the strongest of all. This boy be like, yes, I've seen the isekai shows. I know that when you're reincarnated, you become super powerful according to the anime. Upon his rebirth as a young boy, Matthias is thrilled to discover he's been born with the optimal crest for magical combat on his first try. Unfortunately, the world he's been born into has abysmally poor standards when it comes to magic, and everyone thinks he's still marked for failure. Now it's up to Matthias to prove everyone wrong, world's strongest sage style. Honestly, there's really nothing new here. It's just your average isekai show. Based on the synopsis and based on the preview, it looks just like any other one, so I don't plan on checking this out, honestly, but, you know, if I hear something later, maybe, but right now, no. I'm just gonna put it as no. If you're like really big into isekai, go for it, you know, but it's not for me. Orient. At age 10, best friends Musashi and Kojiro sat in excited silence as Kojiro's father spun tales of evil demons who preyed on the innocent and the warriors who defeated them. Practicing swordplay, the two swear an oath to become the strongest in the world. But as they grow up, Kojiro turns cynical, and Musashi comes to the realization that he can't overturn 150 years of demon rule on his own. He's being called a prodigy with a pickaxe, and he's almost ready to settle into a life of labor. Yet he can't shake the feeling that he still has a responsibility to act. And soon, the injustices of his world will force his hand. So I actually read some of the manga for this one a couple years back, just the first couple of chapters. I was into it, it was alright, it was pretty decent. You know, I don't remember why, but I stopped reading it. The preview here and everything, I'm interested to see the adaptation. I don't know how the rest of the manga is. I don't know if people ended up really liking it or whatever. I don't even know if it's finished, honestly. I'm looking forward to this. I'll check this out. I'm gonna put this on a yes, because I do want to see this adaptation, and hopefully it's good. I don't know. I'm into this for sure. I'm gonna watch this. Borao no Soratsu. Richard, the ambitious third son of the House of York, believes he is cursed, damned from birth to eternal darkness. But is it truly fate that sets him on the path to personal destruction? Based on an early draft of Shakespeare's Richard III, Aya Kano's dark fantasy finds the man who could be king standing between worlds, between classes, between good and evil. Honestly, I'm pretty interested in checking this out. I really like the little preview they had there, the whole aura of the show, this kind of like dark drama kind of thing, right up my alley. So I'm interested in that, and I like the whole Shakespearean aspect of it, you know. Yeah, this seems really, really cool. I will put that in the yes pile, because I'm interested in that. So, yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Leadale no Daichi nite. After being put on life support after a tragic accident, Keina Kagami's only freedom comes from the VR MMORPG Leadale. One day her life support system shuts off and Keina passes away. When she wakes up, she finds herself in Leadale, 200 years in the future. With lost skills but incredible stats, she must forge relationships with the residents of this new world, which shockingly include the children characters she designed herself. A leisurely adventure tale is about to begin, featuring a girl transported to a game world and the smiles and tears she shares with her quirky companions. This looks like one of those kind of like chill, laid back you know, fantasy world shows. It's one of those kind of like mid-tier, in my opinion, shows. It's like every once in a while they're nice little time passers. It's by Maho Film, which also did a show called like If It's For My Daughter, I Defeat a Demon or something like that. But that show I remember watching it. It was just super, just kind of relaxing and chill. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. I'm feeling that this is that. If I need like a time pass or one of those just relaxing shows to watch in between some of the better shows of the season, I might check it out. I'll put it at a maybe right now. Nothing special here, you know, but yeah. All right, that's all I really have to say about it. Akabi-chan no Serefuku. Komichi Akabi lives out in the countryside with her family. She's won entrance to the prestigious Robai Academy Middle School for girls, and now she wants only two things: to wear the school's sailor uniform and to make 100 friends. Call me boring, but I love these like fucking adorable slice of life shows. This shit looks so fucking cute. Like, I am ready for this show. Like, that just looks, I don't know, that just looks really good to me. That looks like a show I'm gonna be like, God, I love this show. I don't know why. I just love the cutesy slice of life stuff. I don't know, I eat that shit up. So I'm really gonna, I'm looking forward to this, honestly. I think I'm gonna be like,
fuck, this shit's too fucking cute for me, man.
So, I'm ready for this show. So yeah, definitely watching that. Sabikui Bisco. The story is set in a Japan that is ravaged by a plague-like rust, and details the journey of the strongest mushroom hunter, Bisco Akaboshi, and young doctor, Milo Nekoyanagi, and their search for the legendary medicinal mushroom, Sabikui, believed to be the cure for the rust. So it looks like I'm getting to the good part of the list, because that also looks really good to me. It's giving off of a kind of a Shingeki no Bahamut that came out quite a few years ago. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It gives off that type of vibe. Already, when reading the plot, I was like, that's kind of intriguing. So watching the thing just, further cemented it as something I'm definitely going to check out. And hopefully it's as good as it looks, because it looks pretty good. It looks like a fun ride. OZ Studio, or Oz, I don't know, it's probably Oz, honestly. This is the only thing that they're doing. So that could be a hit or miss. I mean, this could be amazing, or it could be absolute trash. I don't know. We will see, I guess. Doll's Frontline. After the Third World War, nations devastated by biological warfare no longer have the ability to protect the wastelands. So the defense of these territories is left to private military companies, like Griffin and Kryuger, whose android soldiers, or tactical dolls, are tasked with fighting the rogue android army of Sangvisferi, now M4A1, the indecisive but potentially capable leader of the elite anti-rain team, must protect her comrades in a series of operations to try and regain the upper hand against Sangvisferi. This looks okay. I think that the concepts of it sound cooler than the preview. The preview doesn't excite me very much, but the whole synopsis and everything of this, like, android war essentially sounds really cool. So I'm going to say maybe right now. We'll see. Maybe if they release another preview, or if I hear really good things, I'll check it out. Slow Loop. When Hiyori, a young girl whose deceased father taught her the joys of fishing, headed out to sea for some alone time, she never thought that she would encounter another girl there. After a while, this girl named Koharu and her end up fishing and cooking together, and they get to know each other a bit in the meantime. During their brief time together, Koharu finds out that the reason Hiyori went out to sea that day was because she's hesitant towards meeting her new stepfamily that same evening. But what a coincidence, Koharu is also meeting her new family tonight. Follow these two sisters and their new life together. Just looking at the picture for this one, I was like, alright, this looks like Yudu Camp, right? Like that kind of like that, or like Nonon Biori, like those kind of shows, right? It definitely is that. I didn't expect the whole stepsister thing. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect them to be in a family like that. I might check this out. Like I said earlier, I do like the cutesy slice of life thing, and this looks kind of adorable. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this on a yes right now, unless something, you know, I decide later not to. But I think I'm pretty interested in this. I think this is gonna be like a feel-good show, you know? Just a nice little, like, oh, this is nice, I like this, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll be watching that for sure. Tokyo 24 Coup. The Far Eastern Special Administrative Region, also known as the 24th Ward, is a man-made island that sits in Tokyo Bay. Shuta, Ron, and Koki were born and raised on the island. Their family backgrounds, preferences, and personalities are completely different, but they are childhood friends who have always stuck together. However, one incident changed their relationship forever. A year afterward, the three friends are reunited by chance. Holy shit. A year afterward, the three friends are reunited by chance at a memorial service held by the incident. All three of their phones suddenly ring simultaneously. Their friend, who is supposed to be dead, is calling and demands that they make a decision about the future. The three friends do what they believe is best to protect the 24th Ward and its inhabitants. I think at this point in the list, this is the one I'm most excited for. Like, I didn't know anything about it. I just saw the promotional art and I'm like, that looks kind of interesting. Based on the materials given here with the synopsis and the preview and everything, I'm hyped. Like, this looks good. Like, damn good. So, right now, this is my most anticipated show of the season. Just based on what I've seen so far. So we'll see if one tops it. But right now, I don't know. This looks good. I'm really excited. There's not even any tags for this or anything on this list. I don't know. And it's an original. So there's no source or anything. But I don't know. I'm really interested in this. So yeah. Gonna watch that for show. Fantasy Bishoujo Juniku Ojisan. A dull old man and his handsome best friend were summoned to another world by a naked goddess. However, because of the goddess's mischief, he has turned into a peerless, beautiful girl. To get back his body, he has to go on a journey with his best friend to defeat the Demon King. Let the madness-filled Another World Journey rom-com begin. Based on the blurb here, I thought this was just going to be, your standard isekai, and, like watching the preview, it doesn't come off as anything like necessarily new, but it definitely feels a little different from the other stuff. It's a more comedy-based, kind of like a Konosuba type comedy, like a very over-the-top kind of thing. It's not on my priority list at all, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't, not at all. I don't know. Maybe it'll be amazing, and I'll miss out. Hakozume, Koban Joshi no Gyakushu. Female police officer Kawai had enough of a career she wasn't even that into, and was about to hand in her resignation when the unthinkable happened. She met the new female director of her station, and after spending a little time with this gorgeous role model, Kawai realizes that maybe she isn't quite done being an officer after all. Okay, I'm down for this show. I really like the art style. It's Madhouse. They rarely miss. I like the synopsis enough, and the preview was fun. I have a feeling it's something that might be a little slower, but I think it might pick up. I have a feeling it's gonna be really you get connected to these characters. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out for sure. I'm gonna put that in the yes pile. Futsal Boys. The franchise's story is set in a world over a decade after futsal has skyrocketed in global popularity. Protagonist Haru Yamato watches the championship of the U18 World Cup and is inspired by a Japanese player named Tokinari Tinoji. He joins the Koyo Academy High School's futsal team with the goal of becoming a player like Tinoji. There he finds friends, and together they face their rivals. Like a lot of people, I really enjoy sports anime. This one doesn't look really that great, though. I mean, it's not like it looks, horrible, but there's just not anything... I don't know. It doesn't pack that punch that a lot of them do. Like, when you watch the preview, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good. This one... Nyeh. So, I'm gonna say no for now. But, very well could change my mind later on if someone tells me, hey, you gotta check out that shit. If that happens, I will watch it, but Ryman's Club. The story centers on Mikoto Shiratori, a childhood prodigy at badminton, but who never recovered from a major loss during a high school competition. Now he works in the sales department of the Sunlight Beverage Company, playing badminton on the side. Now that's what I'm talking about. This looks good. That's the punch that I was talking about for the last one. I'm definitely going to be watching this. It seems to be very different from a lot of the other sports anime I've seen based on the synopsis, stuff like that, just different from, your average, high school team kind of stuff. I'm in for this, for sure. So I will be watching that. Tribe 9. Haru Shirogane is a weak-minded person who is constantly bullied, while Taiga has traveled from across the sea in hopes of becoming the strongest man in the world. One night, the two meet up with Shun Kamiya, the strongest extreme baseball player. When they meet, each of the tribes scattered throughout Neo-Tokyo are about to face a major threat. On the orders of the king of Neo-Tokyo, the Chiyoda tribe, led by the mysterious Ojiro Otori, has started to take control of all the tribes in the country. Their evil clutches are about to reach the Minato tribe. I didn't know that there was another sports show. It just doesn't look like it from the promotional art here. I like the whole, extreme baseball thing. It's kind of cool, over the top, sports that we don't have, or, sports that we do have, but enhanced in a way, is a really interesting thing. But the preview doesn't get me hyped like I want it to. So that could be anything. And maybe later I'll change my mind. But right now I think I'm going to put it at a maybe. I really thought when I read baseball too, because I love baseball, I'm a baseball guy, it doesn't capture me too much. But we shall see, I guess. I'm going to put it at maybe for now. I know I have a lot at maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. Kaijin Kaihatsubu no Koroitsu-san. Koroitsu is an assistant researcher in the Superhuman Research and Development Department of Agastia, a villainous secret organization that battles with heroes who try to save the world. Koroitsu lives a busy life in Agastia, caught between the absurd request of her bosses, making presentations, implementing new features into superhumans, and getting results within the allotted time, budget, and spec request, all without vacation. You know what? This is another one that doesn't really capture me with its preview. The synopsis sounds pretty cool. I think I'm going to put it at a no. I mean, it's kind of an interesting plot line and stuff like that. The whole, villainous organization and stuff like that. But, I don't know. Doesn't fully grab me. And that could just be the preview. Yeah, hate to be a downer, but it's at a no. I guess people who watch it, let me know if it's any good, and maybe I'll check it out. But I think I'm going to put it at a no. Yeah. Q. There is no synopsis here. It just says, based on an idol training mobile game produced by Liber Entertainment and Pony Canyon. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of interest in the idol stuff typically, but when watching the preview, it actually it's very much about seiyuu and voice actresses and stuff like that. So that seems interesting to me. Based on this, it's about anything to do with voice acting. I'm interested in. I'm instantly down. So I'm going to say yes on that if I can find it, because this kind of screams I'm not going to be available on legal streaming services in America. It has that kind of vibe, and I hope that's not the case, because I'd like to check this out. So as of now, I'm going to put yes, but if I can't find it, it's going to switch to a no. Hopefully I can, because I really like the little preview there. It seems like that could be a lot of fun, and to get a glimpse, more of a glimpse, and we've seen stuff in anime and stuff like that before, but see more of a glimpse into the voice acting scene in Japan. We will see if I can even find it. Yeah. Sabiiro no Armor, Reimei. The project focuses on the relationship between the gun-toting Magoichi, who is the leader of the Saika-Iki mercenary group, and the Sengoku-era warlord, Oda Nobunaga. Not a whole lot of information here, but, it looks okay. It's one of those, 3D animated shows, which can be good, but I don't know. I don't know. Nothing here is really convincing me to check it out. I'm gonna say no, and, just briefly say that. Just as brief as the synopsis is here. I'm just gonna say no and move on from that. There's not really much to say here. And that's that. That is the entire list of anime that are coming out in the winter season of 2022. And on screen right now is the shows that I'm watching, maybe watching, and not watching. Just a full rundown of everything that I've said here, throughout this whole video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed and would like to see these in the future and also any other content I upload, it would be greatly appreciated if you subscribed, and also leave me a comment down below. Just let me know, like, what you're watching, or maybe watching or not watching, and all that kind of stuff. I would love to have a conversation with you down there, so thank you so much, and have a good day. I will see you guys next time.